Okay, dokie. Let's talk about wood turning. First of all, the method that you're going to see with this video is an old-fashioned, old-time way of turning. We cut wood as wood wants to be cut. It's almost a lost art. There are still some people out there doing it, but very few. We're going to chuck a piece of wood in here. So we're ready to go now. We're going to show you how to center this piece of wood. But now then I'm bringing the tailstock up against it, just so the point catches. Then I spin that a little bit. That way I can see whether it's centered or not. And now when I turn it on and I hold the tailstock live center, that makes it a dead center. But that cuts into the wood, makes it much safer. Now I'm showing you a rough out tool that I use. Now do not try this when you first pick up a tool. Right there, I mean, you can rough it out like that, but do not go all the way down like I did, because that takes a little more practice. And we used to use a skew and go back and forth. I don't like to waste all that time. I like to get it rounded. Now you can take your finger safely and hold up on top, and you can feel whether you're round or not. As you notice, I will be using my finger quite a bit. You just naturally do that. And we're not going to make anything out of this piece of wood. We're simply going to use our tools to show how to use them. And we use the bevel. As you notice, I'm picking the rear end of my tool up, going in, but the minute I quit raising, the minute that I quit pushing in, I can no longer cut. It's very safe. It's very impressive, but it's very safe. Now I'm going back and forth to show you how we used to do it. See, we're now round. Now, see the new tools that I'm finally getting? My neighbor makes them. I make the handles, but I'm not used to them, so I'm going to use the old gouge. And I've made many, many tops. As you might notice, I'm going there kind of like a top there. But now I'm going to just play. I'm just going to use a tool, but we're using the bevel at all times. That's something that I cannot emphasize enough. You use your bevel, and it's very safe. That's what the gouge is doing right now. It's cutting wood as wood wants to be cut. It's very safe. It's very effective. It's also very easy once you learn to use your bevel. If you notice where my finger, see the tubing on that skew? There again, a lot of people do not use a skew. But I like a skew, and you will too if you practice with it. See, I'm laying that up there. The bevel catches it. It's fine. It's not going to get you in trouble. But the minute you raise your handle, left or right, you can cut. The minute you stop, it will not cut anymore. It's very safe. See what I'm doing? I'm just peeling off the top there. Very, very simple. That's a very, very sharp tool. Don't try this with a dull tool. First we learn how to sharpen a tool, which we will get to that. I lay that bevel up there, twist to turn that around, and it works great. When we're just playing, we're not going to make anything out of this piece of wood. And you can use your finger to feel what's going on. You can see what's going on. You can use your finger. It'll tell you what's going on. That should be very, very smooth right now. Now I'm peeling that down. That's as smooth as glass. You cannot sand it that smooth. Now watch this. We're using the skew. We're going down. We always go from the high point to the low point with a skew, always. Now we're rounding the top side of that. Now we're going to make a little roll on there. See that? There you go. If you use your bevel, and I could be happy to show you how to use your bevel, you will not get in trouble. Now watch this. Here we go. That's coming off of there in one long string piece. Very smooth. There we do it again, just to show you. That point is riding on the bevel. Now watch this wire. If you've ever had a rope burn, you know what I'm doing. Hold that wire on there. I use piano wire. Any wire works. But piano wire will last a long time. Regular wire, you're lucky to get 12 heats out of it. See, that's putting the black marks in, and they don't mean anything. They're just to look at. They do dress it up a little bit. Now that's my parting tool. I'm going to go down through there and open that trough up to part it. Watch that wiggle. When you wiggle your tool, you will be able to use a lot wider trough. See what I'm doing right there? I'm just playing. Use your bevel. Wide your bevel. There you go. Don't be afraid to go down there close to the metal. Now watch this. Here we go. I can take that piece of wood down to toothpick size and still go back and work on it. If you use your bevel and cut wood as wood wants to be cut. What you have just seen is the way all wood used to be turned up until World War I. Then the automation came in, they went to scraping, and that's what they teach today. Nothing wrong with scraping. But if you ever use a wooden rest to put a steel tool on, you'll probably never go back to steel. But that's okay if you do. But we're just playing, showing you how a skew can be used. You notice I drop my finger on that work once in a while. It doesn't hurt, but I can feel immediately what's going on. As you turn, the more you learn wood. And anybody that has ever even run a sawmill should learn this book, this F.L. Payne Practical Wood Turning book. You will never be the same afterwards. And that's how you make a nice round piece of work on your wood that you're turning with the skew. If that looks easy to you, it's because it is easy, once you learn how to use the bevel. As you notice, I'm getting ready to cut this off, and I'm using a knife, and this steady rest I had changed it a little bit. It wasn't quite as high and a little more not quite comfortable, but see that piece of wood has quit turning. I cut it off with a knife. Not dangerous. I'm cutting. I'm not prying like a crowbar. I'm just cutting it. So that's all, folks. Enjoy. Learn to use your bevel and keep your tools sharp. Happy turning.